It's a sandbox. It's a soapbox. It's Bandbox. Welcome to the Real Study with your hosts, Mr. Snitbits.
Because I do think the movie is good. I think the lighting is struggled. I think the cinematography is okay.
Black Girl Marvel.
Follow us on everything, because we will find you.
All the movie things.
So many young filmmakers and indie filmmakers took it and just went with it, and it became this thing.
JeannineDaBean.
So that's what the story is, and then the film goes about answering that question for you.
And me, the Real Study movie voice guy.
I don't know if it's good or not, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to try it.
Produced by Hyena. Let's go to the poster wall.
Hello and welcome to The Real Study. I am Mr. Snippets, and with me as always is Black Girl Marvel, All the Movie Things, and JeannineDaBean. We have the whole crew here tonight, and we will be doing week 2 of our childhood favorites, which this week it's JeannineDaBean's picks, and we've got The Adventures of Baron Munchausen and Mortal Kombat are the movies this evening, and then next week we'll be doing Law's picks, which will be both Jungle Book, the 95 live-action Jungle Book, mind you, and then, of course, Tarzan, 1999. And then we'll get to my picks the week after that, one of those being Explorers. But before we get to anything else, we're going to move over to the main wall, say hello, and find out about social media. Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, Brian. How you been?
Good to be back.
Awesome.
He left us for a while.
A week off. I know. Yeah.
You did. And you missed your picks, but you wanted to hear what we thought.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to miss. You were lurking.
Yeah, a little bit. So I was just because I needed to know if I needed to
not be on the pod anymore.
Prep my resignation letter.
Fair enough.
Got it.
You guys didn't disappoint, so it's great.
Okay, cool.
So let's hear from Law on social media, but then I want to get back to Brian for just a couple minutes because I want to hear your thoughts on those two films.
I understand you said Google
repeatedly. I don't know what happened.
Wow. We have a fifth house today, and it is
Google. It's Google.
Right?
Are you having a blonde moment, La?
Oh my God.
Yes.
I love it.
My first of many, hopefully. But
this side, the hair never changes, and then of course over there we get some great hair.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
So listen, folks, if you are here with us right now, follow us on all social media. If you're seeing that bar go across your screen, it has all of our social media links there for The Real Study. We also have our own separately. You can find that as well on our page and follow us all separately. But listen, we are on all podcast platforms. That's the Googles, that's the Spotify, that's the Podcast Republic, the Anchors, all of them. Go on there, follow us on there, give us your comments and your chats on there, because if you are driving, we don't want you watching us on YouTube. We do want you listening to us, though. We want you buckled up and safe so that you can't get home and then watch us on YouTube. You see how that works? It all just works out in a beautiful way. So if you are watching this now, become a Real Study student by coming on our Discord, chatting with us. You can suggest a movie, a short TV show. We're not trying to do
a mini series
of something. Give us, I would say 4 to 13 episodes. I feel like that's a solid type of number because a lot of British TV, 13 episodes, you can get through it pretty solid. But again, this is The Real Study. Follow us on everything. And back to you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Lava. I appreciate that. And of course, we all have our own stuff you can follow us on. And I always love to plug Janine's other podcast that she's been doing, which is, of course, it's a wonderful podcast. And Morgan hasn't seen. Please go check both of those out as well. Brian, you picked both Adventures in Babysitting and The Last Starfighter. Tell us why those are your childhood favorites and give us your breakdown.
Last Starfighter. I mean, that's seriously has gone, I literally grew up with that movie, both of those movies really, but The Last Starfighter really just is that the epitome of wish fulfillment, and you see that as a kid, you're into video games, you kind of it's oh my God, that's the dream, I'm so good at this game that it's actually a reality. It's this recruiting tool. I just love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this. So it stuck with me so much that I even put, there's inspiration elements. I'd written a feature screenplay in film school that had Last Starfighter elements in it. and everything. It was so there's like all these homages to like different sci-fi stuff that I put in my own feature screenplay. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I just love it so much. Like I've bought throughout my life different, I've owned every version of it, every
So VHS,
platform.
DVD,
VHS,
etc.
DVD, yep, Blu-ray, some special Blu-ray, the 25th anniversary Blu-ray, and then Arrow Video put one out a couple years ago of a 4K that's really great that I own now. So yeah, it was just, I mean, it's just a fun film and some like important cinema history there as well, with which you guys touched on, with the all CGI elements in it. And yeah, like I do wish they would try to do, like the screenwriter had talked about doing a sequel for a long time. It's been on and off, and I think it's one of those situations where it's sort of like a rights issue. It's like I think the screenwriter still has the rights, but it's like a weird up in the air kind of thing. But
well, it wasn't a mainstream company that made it. It was
No.
it was a side company, and of course they didn't get the director they had originally wanted, and
right,
all sorts of things.
a new
So
one.
tell us about Adventures in Babysitting.
And Adventures in Babysitting is like, it was funny because I was kind of struggling because Last Starfighter was a no-brainer for me, but there's so many that that we all love and have grown up with that I was like, what am I going to choose? And I was literally in Chicago when I was trying to think
Nice.
of, and me and my work buddy were talking about all these different movies because like I was very much in like a Dark Knight, phase, because there's like, so like you go to Chicago and you can't
and you
not
see
see
You're like, oh look, the
Gotham.
bridges, the buildings,
Oh my God.
the tunnels. Yeah,
Or like,
yeah.
So like Hans Zimmer's like playing in my head the whole time I'm in Chicago. But then we started talking about like all the John Hughes films, and then Adventure to Babysitting came to mind. I was like, oh my God, yeah, like totally Adventures in Babysitting. I've seen it so many times. I loved it. It's probably like my first, like, well, not first, but it was like the time when like my crush on Elizabeth Shue kind of developed. It was like, she's so cute in that iconic opening, to that movie. Yeah, just a great kind of road trip film, and like a small road trip film, and like Penelope Ann Miller just unhinged, like
The greatest part of that whole movie.
oh my God,
Yeah.
she's
So
so
hilarious.
good. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just like one of those movies that it's gonna pick you up, no matter what. I mean, yeah, it's really just a fun movie. I'm always gonna love it every time I watch it. So yeah.
Love it. Sorry, I got hit with a question and it threw my brain off. So we also have a Reel Roundup movies you guys watched this week, which are 2 new movies in theaters. And you both, Janine and Brian, got to see Keeper. Can you tell us about Keeper, Brian?
Let's let Janine go since I just blabbed for a little bit. Yeah.
We'll start with Janine and Running Man, because that is the movie
There you
that
go.
she saw this week. Go with Running Man. What do you think of Running Man?
So I was really excited for this film because Edgar Wright is my favorite director. And I was a real huge fan of the original Arnold film. So I was excited to see a kind of accurate book adaptation of the film. But I was disappointed a little bit.
Oh,
And
no.
not disappointed because it was bad, but disappointed because it didn't feel
was
like
too
an Edgar
good.
Wright film.
Really?
It
Oh,
just
no.
it felt like anybody could have made this movie. Like
Oh.
I felt the big budget. So that was like it didn't have the visual flares and kind of the very clean, concise storytelling that Edgar Wright is known for. It was a little messy just in terms of the structure of things, kind of weird transitions into like the next segment or scene or whatever. Kind of underutilizing some of the big names that are in the movie as well.
Interesting.
So yeah, like not a bad movie, fun popcorn action movie for sure. But I wanted Edgar Wright's Running Man, and I just got the Running Man.
Interesting. Interesting.
And Glenn Powell, his character is kind of meant to be this really angry guy. But like, loves the everyman. And I don't know
Mhm.
if he really pulled that off that well. Like, I loved watching him. I'm a fan of him.
Interesting.
He's very charismatic, but they
Yeah.
played him like this incredibly just angry person, and I don't know if
Mm.
he sold that fully for me.
Well, he's too likable.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But they like angry guy with a heart of gold, because
Right.
yeah, like he's in the position he's in because he's disobeying orders at his jobs, and the orders he's disobeying is like helping other people, and so that's kind of what
like
they
a
set up
Robin
for him.
Hoodie kind of feel.
Yeah, yes. So I don't know if he sold this like constantly and just like angry.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, it's a fun action movie. I enjoyed it, but I didn't see any Edgar Wright in it, which was just
interesting.
a bummer.
What about the music though? Because that's usually the signature.
Right. Yeah.
Was the music on par at all, or?
I don't even really. There weren't any kind of standout music things that like stuck out to me. Really, yeah. And there were very few of his kind of quick, flashy editing flares in there. So
interesting.
Yeah.
That was one of my draws with The Running Man too. Why I was kind of interested in seeing it. I haven't seen it, but yeah. So it's good to hear like it's not as Edgar Wright as we hoped.
Yeah, it felt like a big budget action movie, not like a very kind of cool.
But this is how if he makes them money with this, then they'll let him go make other Edgar Wright movies.
Yes, and I would love that, and I love kind of his exploration into other genres with like Last Night in Soho and Baby Driver and things like that. And like I feel like he like stepped away from Ant-Man because he didn't want it to be this kind of big budget in a box thing. And then he ended up making this that feels like a big budget in a box kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there were kind of fun little details that you could tell he put in there, like purposeful things. Like he has a James Brolin movie playing in the background, because Josh Brolin's in the movie.
That's funny.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's the president, so he's on all the currency.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
So we don't see Arnold as the president, but we just know he's the president because he's on all the currency.
Oh my God.
When we see the money,
That
it
is
has
hilarious.
Arnold on it. So like fun things like that were in there.
So it's definitely an alternate universe. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So there were some fun Edgar Wright little nuggets in there, but generally it just kind of felt like this big throw in your face action movie. And I could really watch and think, and not, if I didn't know Edgar Wright directed it, I couldn't just say that's an Edgar Wright movie.
Right.
Anybody could have made that movie, it felt like.
But even the greats have that happen sometimes. So go ahead, Brian.
Do we think that's potentially studio involvement? Perhaps.
I mean, he seemed pretty involved. Like all the interviews I've seen, he seemed like he deeply had a lot to do with this film, and I don't know that it was interference, but maybe he just was like, they're giving me all of this, so I'm going to use all of it.
You want to play it safe, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and make it more mainstream and broad. And I feel like that's kind of where it went. It was just trying to be very kind of to the masses kind of thing, as opposed to kind of his cool, quirky style.
So he went for a 4-tier film, which is not his thing, really.
Yeah, and so I think this is why this is probably the most divisive of his films. Like it's like around the 60% kind of range on ratings and things like that. So, not a bad movie. Just didn't feel like an Edgar Wright movie.
Interesting. All right, Brian, you got to see Keeper, which is another A24 film that has been, they're just pumping them out, which I love.
That's Neon.
Yeah.
Neon. Sorry, that's not, I apologize. I knew that, and my brain just slipped A24 in there, but go ahead and tell us what you think about Keeper.
Keeper, it's the latest Osgood Perkins film. And so I loved Longlegs, and I enjoyed The Monkey. And so I had like high expectations for this one. I'm like, and the trailer makes it look kind of messed up. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be. I was kind of like hoping for like, I want something fucked up, like,
but that I've never seen before.
Right, exactly. However, it wasn't that. It was. It
It was way more straightforward than I expected it to be.
Yeah. I know there was like much
interesting.
There was like much more predictable stuff in this too, where it was like, oh, this is what's happening. It's gonna be and I was like, oh shit. Well, so I do appreciate the like atmosphere of it, and like it is kind of a slow
creepiness
burn
of it.
Yeah, there's definitely this like sense of like dread
eerie,
underneath.
creepy,
Yeah,
yes, and creepy
going on.
visuals kind of popping up in the background and things like
Yeah,
that. All was great, but
yeah, and I'm gonna mess up her name.
Tatiana
Maslany.
Maslany. Yes, thank you. She was great. I loved her
Her
performance.
performance, yeah.
And cinematography is great, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was just like, it was just one of those things where I was kind of hoping for more. I think it's not a bad film though. I
No.
didn't have a bad time with it. It was just like, I was
Not
really
what I expected. Yeah, because I think the
yeah.
trailers sold it as like this kind of two sides of like something happening, and it's more kind of
Yeah.
very one-sided. It's
Yes.
not like
Interesting.
this kind of back and forth of like who to trust and who to not trust, and something's going on
Yeah.
with this person and they're misunderstanding each other. It's kind of a
or
very
there's some like
one-sided thing.
weird like psychological
Yeah.
thing going on with her too. If there's like
Yeah.
a split personality thing
Yeah.
maybe, and like I will say the ending was, you know, pretty satisfying. You know, it kind
Mhm.
of like wraps it up really well. But
Yeah.
yeah, all in all, I was just like, oh, it's okay. You know,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is the same writer that did Dangerous Animals, but that's the only
Right.
two things he's written, was this and Dangerous Animals. So
yeah,
we'll have to wait and see if he'll produce more. Nick Leopard, it looks like, is his name. But Osgood, the directing. I mean, how did it look? I mean, did it
great. No, it was like
mhm.
it was great. Like it felt like an Osgood Perkins movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Very eerie, beautiful visuals.
Yeah. No, it's like
Mhm.
there's like this sense of isolation, you know, because
Mhm.
she's like kind of stuck in this cabin, you
Yeah.
know, but there's also some other threats that are nearby because there's like I think it's his cousin.
Yeah, who
Or,
lives
like,
nearby,
her
and he's kind of
boyfriend's
in
cousin's like,
yeah,
in another
kind of
cabin nearby. He's kind of a creep,
yeah.
you know. So, but yeah, again, it was just like out of the three, I'd say he has a good track record still, but this is the lower one for me of the three.
Yeah.
That
And it looks like the ratings are following that. So
right,
seems like you guys are saying what everybody else is saying, which was all right. So
yeah.
But not every movie can be a 10, because if they're all 10s, they would all be boring, because we'd be like, all right, you thrilled us again, Yahoo.
Right.
Which nobody wants to feel like that.
Yeah. And like long legs, I guess, was kind of like divided among people too. Like I really liked it.
Yeah.
You know,
Some people
like,
did
I
not.
mean, I own it. Like you know.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was like, you know, he knocked it out of the park with that one for me. So then it's like, and then the monkey was like a little less.
I had a lot of fun with the monkey. Yeah.
I thought it was funny and like, messed up. You know,
I saw you have the monkey, Janine, so I'll have to watch that since you have
nice. But
yeah, we peruse each other's digital collections because we're that crazy. We're like, oh, you got that? Let me. It's like trading Pokemon cards almost. Like,
essentially,
yeah. All right. So I am still going to probably watch both of those, but I'm now. You might have made them better for me, because whenever people give these kinds of reviews, I'll walk in going, yeah, everybody kind of thought this was and sometimes they're right, but sometimes I'm like,
you might see something in there that you
great.
enjoy. I feel like I might need to be running that again.
Yeah.
But just some weird choices that I was like, I am doing that, but I had fun. So
all right, but that is kind of the most important thing of going to the movies is, did you either get informed? Were you having fun?
Yeah.
You know, something in that realm.
One other thing,
please.
Too. I'm going to talk about, like, this was last night. I went to see Chicago.
Yes.
At the Arlene Schuster Concert Hall. It's with the Oregon Symphony. It's freaking incredible. Oh my God. It's awesome. So good. Yeah, it was amazing. Like, I've always wanted to see those things. And this was like the premiere of Chicago Live, I guess. Like, this was like the first one. So, and like that kind of music is like just tailor-made for an experience like that. Like, it's just
well, there's a lot of brass in Chicago, right? They use a lot of brass.
Like the drummer was not like, he could not take a break. Like, it was constantly
just going
one scene.
Going nuts.
So it was amazing to like watch that, and like it was so, oh my God.
Well, we were
So
kind of
worth it.
twinning again in a way because last night I went to Broadway Rave. So
Oh,
that was, yeah. So basically,
guys
it's like
both. You
a
just
rave dance party where they just play
nice.
show tunes and musical.
Oh my
oh,
god,
that's
that's
wild.
Yeah.
yes.
So
Yeah, I think
yeah.
if there's a frequency for brainwaves, you guys definitely are dialed in close to the same frequency. No doubt. Hannah, I wanted to ask, which was better, Hans Zimmer or Chicago in terms of experience?
Oh, that's a really good question because my Hans Zimmer experience was not the huge Hans Zimmer thing. It was this like quartet of ladies that was all strings too. So they were like adapted Hans Zimmer. It was really great. It was incredible. I will say it was like they had it in this old church, so it's like really great ambiance and it's like
A lot of resonance.
lit,
Yeah.
but it was hot as hell in the church. It was like uncomfortable. There's no AC going on. Yeah.
Right. Any fans even? Like
no, there weren't any
oh,
fans.
it would kind
wow.
of
Just
obscure the
stagnant
sound,
air.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, it just rough for the music. But it's a great experience. That's a really hard question though, because I don't know, Chicago's really great. I love Chicago so much too.
Yeah.
And
now
I have to say Chicago is probably maybe
a little bit higher.
just a little
okay. So, now you had sent us a video of La La Land with the same kind of experience with a live orchestra.
Yeah, that's like
that
touring around too. I know. Yeah.
I want to see that. I would love to see.
Yeah.
And of course, Lala has not seen La La Land.
Oh my god.
Lala has not seen Lala. Yeah, anyway.
We gotta do it.
Yes,
So yeah, we could do we could just knock
like
out Jamie and Giselle. Right?
Stuff like that.
Oh, you would absolutely, yeah.
And I haven't
Babylon, right, when we watched it.
Yeah, I said,
yeah.
I just didn't get around to it. And then, after time passes so long, you're like,
right.
I'll get to it eventually.
No, this one I've watched 4 times since I watched it, and I put it off when I shouldn't have. So, but no, you did watch Babylon with us, so you did enjoy that one. Have you seen Whiplash?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's only 4 Giselle films, and so La La Land and then First Man are the other 2. Yeah. And I would love to actually hear what you guys think of First Man, because it's very different than his other 3 films, but still uses music and sound.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Anyway, we'll have to get to La La Land. That said, there is some news. There's always news, and of course, this week in news, you guys can go look at the real news. It's insanity, but we'll stick with entertainment news. The first bit of news, I believe. Why don't we just?
Now it's time for the real news.
There we go. So we've got more of the DCU getting brought to us. So now they're going to be expanding Superman's universe with the Jimmy Olsen spin-off TV show, DC Crime Series. And I'm personally, give me anything coming out of the Gunn universe, but I wanted to hear what you guys think of this idea of a TV show surrounding just Jimmy Olsen and the Daily Planet.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I liked the character from the film, so I liked what the actor gave. Mm-hmm. I think an idea of a crime series is great because everything doesn't have to be like very actiony focused, even though I'm pretty sure this probably will be, but it'll be more of like I feel like it might be like more of the like interview, like the intrepid interviewer, or like, I know he's a photographer, but I think it's gonna be that side of it, of like seeing him kind of get himself into these things, or maybe he's out trying to get pictures and he's, like he's surrounded by these things. Obviously he has connections, as we saw in the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're so telling what other connections he might have. Right. And they're so telling like what other connections he might have, so that might get him into places that might help. I'm excited to see it. Plus you put Gorilla Grodd in anything, I'm kind of like, I'll give a peek. Like, I'll take a, and I feel like with what James Gunn is doing, it's going to lead back into another film or back into another Superman film. So
everything's
and
canon.
Let's give time to other characters. It doesn't have to be the big 3, or let's see some other things. Let's think outside the box. And I feel like this might be an out of the box type of show.
Yeah, and like my only complaint about sorry.
No, please, Janine, please, it flowed. Go.
Like my only complaint about Superman was that we didn't get enough of kind of the bustle of the
Daily Planet.
So if we get more of that kind of as its dedicated thing, and kind of shoot it as like a newsroom kind of like energy show with kind of a very kind of genre set show, I think that'll be really fun.
I like it. Brian, go ahead.
I'm probably I'm probably the only one that is like a little bit like,
do we need this?
Well, yeah. Like,
okay.
I mean, I'll watch it, but I mean,
no, but I get that. But I
I'm
get
not
that.
gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but
I get that.
the thing is, like, I almost wish it was like Lois and Jimmy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and like playing off of that dynamic that they could have.
Because that was the strongest relationship that we saw in the newsroom. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And plus, like, they can both play off of their strengths. Where Lois is very much like the detective in a lot of ways, and like really digging on the story, and Jimmy, you know, has his assets of like being charming, and he can probably get into places that Lois probably not necessarily could, you know. So I think it might be more action focused than we think if it's gonna have Gorilla Grodd. I mean, how is he gonna?
I know it's gonna have action, but it's like I think it's gonna be different. I just think the different.
It'll be like
to it.
Yeah. And like they say, crime series. It's not gonna be like the Penguin.
Right. No, for sure. No, absolutely.
Insane.
That would be weird.
Yeah, it will be weird. But I mean, I'm sure it'll be a hell of a lot of fun. You know, it's gonna be. Yeah. I think they're definitely gonna play off of a lot of my pal Jimmy Olsen comic books that they have. You know, so.
I think they can angle at an idea of him being a photojournalist instead of just a photographer.
Right. Yeah,
so he can do some of his own digging to some degree. Maybe evolve the character a little bit and see.
And Jimmy might be, you know, he might have a little something extra to him, you know.
Yeah.
He might.
And this could be a perfect opportunity to introduce other like C tier DC characters, you know, that
no, absolutely.
You know,
and there are so many of them.
Oh my god, so
maybe he'll run into Vicky Vale.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So that was an interesting choice to bring Suicide Squad back to Batman in '89 with the whole Corto Maltese thing. So like, I would love to see Vicky Vale show up somewhere. Why not?
I'm kind of down for it. And if it's I mean, I know it's focused on Jimmy, but we might still see like Lois and Perry. Like, probably. I mean, we have to see them. Honestly, I wouldn't mind it if Kat got like a little bit more shine. So, because I felt like they just had her be boobs in the film, and then that's it. And then she was just boobs. They got excited all the time, and I was just like,
and they did a lot of making her jump up and down. I know.
Yeah, a lot of it, and I was just like, okay. It is directed by a man of all things. I know it's James Gunn, but still.
Oh no, but like, if watch Peacemaker and tell me that that's not all written by a man. Like, it's absolutely written by a man and in a lot of ways for men, because there's a lot of convenient things for the guy tropes that happen throughout the whole show.
Scientific jiggles.
Scientific jiggles. Oh, that's great. There's no more information. I tried to look up the show. I was trying to see if they had any other cast members, but it looks like quite literally just Skylar is the only one listed. So we'll see. And I'm interested.
And usually Gorilla Grodd is a Flash villain, so I'm interested to see if possibly
maybe we'll get Flash.
We might get like whoever James Gunn Flash is, you know. Maybe you just get like a red blur, you know, type of thing, and like that.
They'll probably reference it.
Right.
You don't think they'll introduce the Flash in a show like this? Why not? Like, why not get him in there?
That'd be fun.
I guess it depends on
it by now. But.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how far down the road it is in the DCU that we're going to be. So
because we're still with the Justice Gang, and if Flash shows up, now we're leaning a little more League, or even not Society. That's a whole other group of people. But we'll see. Maybe they'll blend worlds. There is more news. We've got the next piece of news here. Toy Story 5 has a trailer that dropped for the new movie. It's the little teaser trailer, and there's a mix of people's feelings on this. And I thought this would be great for the panel to discuss what you guys think about Pixar doing another Toy Story movie. Lala, go ahead.
Okay, I'm good.
Right.
No disrespect to them or nothing like that. Like the first 3 are classics. Like that trilogy is solid. Number 4 was not bad because it wrapped up like Woody's story that was beautiful. And now
we thought.
So we thought, right? Yeah.
He's here now. What's he doing there?
Right. Pardon me. It did wrap up Woody's story. And it's like I get that there might be an angle with the whole like tech thing because that does make sense. Like I play video games more than I play with like dolls now. You know what I mean? Like it's like kids don't even have like I mean, I'll say they don't have it, but a lot of kids don't even play with dolls and things now. Like they just go straight to a tablet. Like so, that's an interesting like play for it, but like don't wrap up stories then. Like don't.
But we know Disney likes to poke around in timelines. They've done that with many other series before. So this could be Toy Story 3.5 is maybe what they should have written there.
Possibly, but I mean, I'm gonna still go see it, just like Brad said. Like, I'm gonna still like.
It's Woody and Buzz. How can I not watch it?
This is my whole childhood just continuing. So, like, I'm not gonna not go see it, but it's also like, yo, Pixar, y'all talented enough to like maybe
make something new,
or maybe if you wanted to make a Toy Story-ish film, choose another character, like.
Yeah. Give us the Triceratops character as like the main character. She's hilarious.
Or the Triceratops and Rex. Like maybe they have them.
Oh yeah, they can run off and do stuff.
Or maybe Jessie, because she's the sheriff now. Maybe a new Toy Story 5 could have been about her being the Woody of it all, and like now she has to go on these different adventures to protect all the toys and things. Like if you wanted to start the franchise again or something, I think you could have did it with Jessie. But I don't know what they're doing with this. I'm still gonna see it.
Right.
But I'm like, okay.
But that's what they're banking on. They all know that we're like, oh, okay, we'll see that. They know we're going to do it. Now, this, I'm not trying to be the person that would put this out there in the universe, but here I go anyway. Tom Hanks is, he's getting up there. So we might not get a whole lot more Woody. So this might be a play.
I mean, with the fact that AI and technology, they could take all the words he said across his whole.
His
brother
about news.
All the toys.
Yeah, his brother did the voice of the toys, like Janine said, like
across the board.
Exactly like him. Like
I have a Woody doll that my kids have, and he sounds just like him.
I mean, if we think about it too, like the whole Rick and Morty of it all, you can find people that love this and do these voices, so you can carry these voices.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Varney passed away, and somebody else came in and voiced Blinky Dog.
Jim Henson has had like three, or Kermit has like 3 different voice actors at this point.
Right. So
you're not wrong. The scary part is, and this is a piece of news we should have brought up, is that 2 actors just sold their rights to have their voices taken over by AI, and I'm very conflicted on, like, oh great, you got a paycheck, but you also set precedents we didn't need you to set.
Who are these actors?
Michael Caine is one of them, and then the other one was damn.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Caine's the one that I noticed when I saw the headline. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Wow.
It might have been Schwarzenegger.
No,
might have been.
It wasn't Schwarzenegger. I thought it was like Matthew McConaughey or something.
Yeah, it was
McConaughey. Yeah, it was McConaughey. But considering where he's going in life, I don't think he cares.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what that pans out to be.
And part of me is like, no disrespect to Michael Caine or anything like that. I don't know his mental faculties or anything, but like you said about Tom Hanks or getting up there, Michael Caine is there.
Right, it kind of makes sense.
Well, you talk about his mental faculties, and then you find out that he's coming out of retirement to be in Vin Diesel's sequel to Let.
All right. Well, yeah.
I think that's all you need to know about Michael.
Yeah, I think I'm on the right line.
I need to check in on Michael.
Yeah.
So this is totally a wild aside, but it totally relates. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about watching all of Vanderpump Rules. And what's interesting from a cinephile's perspective is that quite literally that show intersects with low budget, crappy action films in Hollywood in a very, very real way. And all the like Bruce Willis movies you saw like towards the end before he retired, all those movies were these like sleazy Hollywood producer types who ended up dating people on VPR. Basically paying millions of dollars to people like Bruce Willis and other actors just to get them to come out and work for 3 days on a shoot in a movie that's just a piece of garbage. It's just weird how the whole system works just to make money. And these are all overseas movies that we see and we're like, when did Bruce Willis do that garbage? So well, there's a whole nother piece of news that you got under the Toy Story banner, but hey, we've got one more piece of news here, and then we've got some movies to review. We've got a Star Trek movie in the works, and it sounds like this is not Kelvin timeline. So this is not Star Trek 4, if you will, but something in the Star Trek universe.
Star Trek Honor Among Thieves.
There you go.
That's hilarious. Yes, please.
Yeah, because it's the same guys, that did Dungeons and Dragons, which I absolutely love.
But I love John Francis Daly. I think not only is he a great actor, but he's a great writer. He writes stuff. I love his stuff. I didn't even realize I was loving it. So I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
I love when that happens, when you're like, oh, I got to dig into this person now because I love everything they're doing. It's always really fun. Any thoughts on where this might head? We were kind of talking a little before.
I imagine there's going to be, a good amount of humor.
Yeah. For sure. For sure, heartfelt humor.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was quite a bit of humor in the show that people I think maybe don't think about.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm excited. I hope we introduce new characters. We don't know.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that
mainstream people don't know.
Yeah. Like there's a whole huge universe out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when is a big question, because we've got literal generations of characters. So, like, are we going to go even further in the future? Or are we going to come back? Because they're also doing the Starfleet series, which is going to be interesting. Literally about them going to school, which we'll see how that pans out. But I don't know. What were you saying?
I say, like, let's keep going forward. Like, let's make it after Kirk and all them.
So like 2600, basically.
Yeah,
I like that. So, make it so all those people are legends in a sense, or like 200 or more years dead, so that you couldn't even touch anything. Isn't this? I just recognized this picture. Isn't he the same guy that did Waiting? This
John Francis Daly.
Yeah.
The in Waiting. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he was in Waiting. Like, he was the kid that never talked through the whole film. I'm almost certain of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he was.
He was, okay. His face, I was like, I know that face from that movie. Anyway, so we got some Trek on the way. I know Ray is super excited.
No, for sure.
Trek movies.
Yeah.
And she'll be joining us in January for her double feature. Old Guard, I think is the one.
Old Guard,
Old Guard 1 and 2.
Old Guard 1 and 2, yeah.
100%. But before we do anything, we have 2 movies we're going to do for reviewing, but we've got Janine is doing a new little segment on these movies. So we're going to hear from Janine first on, well, both. We're going to hear your trivia and then why you decided these movies, and then we'll go around and talk about them. So why don't we start with Adventures of Baron Munchausen, Terry Gilliam film from the mid-'80s. Tell us some trivia about the film.
So this was Uma Thurman's first acting job, but because of the crazy delays, it ended up not being her debut because other films ended up coming out before this one. Even though this was her first acting job.
It's funny.
Sting's cameo came about in the film because he happened to be Terry Gilliam's neighbor.
Wow.
I was like, whoa, Sting. Like a really quick moment with Sting in there.
Executes him.
Yes.
He's like, you blink and you miss him.
Yeah. A very strange connection. I guess this actor was in high demand because he was also tapped to play a character in Mortal Kombat. In this film, they wanted Sean Connery to play the Moon King. But
wow.
Oh my God.
Okay.
We got a better Moon King, I think.
I cannot.
Well, by the time they got Robin Williams, they were over budget and had no more money. So that's why Robin Williams is uncredited.
Oh, I was like,
for that big of a part.
Where's Robin Williams?
Exactly.
Man.
He's in the movie for like 20 minutes. He's not in a short part of the movie.
Right? And he's on the cover, like he's right here.
Right.
Yeah.
He's in our promo. That's how much he's in the movie. Like
that's how you sell a movie. It was Drew Barrymore for Drew Barrymore,
Yeah. Another Mortal Kombat connection. Christopher Lambert filmed scenes, but they were cut.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. This was John Neville's first film since The Adventures of Gerard in 1970, so it's 18 years earlier. Yeah, because he's a stage actor, but he came to do this movie because he was a huge Monty Python fan. He seemed to be the only one who was really kind of saying like positive things about the experience. Like he was like, "This was messy, but it turned out great." So like he was fine.
I don't know, they put him through a lot too for an older guy. Like he was,
he
like
was
constantly wet. Seemed like
So after Sean Connery withdrew, Gene Wilder and Walter Matthau were considered for the movie.
Oh wow!
Oh man, Gene Wilder.
I could see
Gene Wilder could have done an interesting thing with that.
Yeah, that'd have been pretty nice. I could see
he might not have been as wacky, but he would have been weird, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's all
being, like Willy Wonka-ish.
Yes,
totally. Yeah, very whimsical.
Well, this movie gives a Willy Wonka kind of feel.
Like it wouldn't surprise me, but nice.
Yeah, so that's all the trivia I have for.
Okay, so this was definitely like you had this movie, I think, locked in. I know Mortal Kombat, you had more locked and loaded. You were like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
but then this one. So, this is an odd flick that most people don't know. So tell us why this one.
Yes, I believe we rented it because we thought like the cover looked interesting, and so I ended up watching it maybe when I was 9 or 10.
Oh wow!
And so it just kind of takes me back to kind of becoming a movie fan with my brother. My brother, I always consider kind of like my first best friend. And so, we can fall into that vibe of like geeking out about things from our childhood, like immediately when we're together, but we're not together very much anymore. So watching movies like this one and Mortal Kombat kind of take me back to those moments of falling in love with films and seeing what movies could be. So just seeing the scope of this film and the visuals and how kind of crazy and bombastic it was so impressive. And also kind of a lot of movies like this where they have a kid protagonist, it's always a little boy. So getting to see a little girl be the kind of, be the protagonist of the story was really cool for me too as a kid. So yeah, just a lot of elements that bring back kind of growing up with my brother and us kind of geeking out about movies because he was the first kind of movie friend also that I had that I could geek out to about these things. So it kind of just takes me back to that. So
I love that. Brian, I know you said you had never seen this before. Lala, had you ever seen this before? I had that assumption because this is the one you're like you go into the adventure section and it's like weirdly on the bottom shelf.
Feel like,
yeah.
A deep cut of a film. I'm like,
it's a weird one.
And for me,
even for a Gilliam film, like
and for me, it's always kind of like been on my radar, but just never got around to seeing it, So
you pulled the trigger. Let's hear what you thought.
Yeah, loved it. Yeah, it's like so. I mean, it's right up my alley. Just wacky as hell. It's so funny too because there's the obvious like Munchausen syndrome developed from this person. So you totally see like, oh, he's just like gaslighting everybody into thinking these things actually, it's like, did these things actually happen? Or like, are they just in his head? Or like, and the film really illustrates that really well, and it allows like Terry Gilliam to like just have fun with all the like wild wacky things that he can do. I mean, like it's like almost like a cartoon a lot. I mean, he's flying, he's hanging onto a cannonball for Christ's sake. That was insane. I'm like, oh my god, I think that's what I like really loved it. It was like, okay, this is so insane.
Crazy.
Just like,
makes a hot air balloon out of ladies' underwear.
And they're like, don't get cold, ladies.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I like the costumes. Also, like there's some Monty Python-ish things, like the whole like Age of Reason, is very much feels like that was never like an Age of Reason, but just so many funny little things in there. But yeah, and like not to steal Janine's thunder, but like she had mentioned this is like the original Avengers,
old-timey Avengers.
Oh my god, yeah, that's like they all have their own, like he's got his super team,
and
they all have their own like abilities. Like
He's
I love
Fury.
that.
Yeah.
Well, he feels like Stark almost a little bit. There's like you can,
right.
you can easily feel like
Yeah,
a
there's some like
similarity.
narcissism there.
Yeah, 100%. And like,
like
leave me alone. No, come help me. Leave me alone. Like that's very Starky, in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's like a beautiful film. Like it looks great. I mean, the cinematography is incredible in this. I was like, oh my god, and like the effects still hold up
right?
for the most part. Like I was like, damn, okay, it's like 1988. Like, I mean,
they did some crazy things in here.
Yeah,
they look awesome.
Yeah, it's
now I was
really
expecting a foot at some point to come out of somewhere and squish something. That never happened. Very Monty Python,
but I mean, just all around a really, really good time. And like the little girl was really great. Sarah Paul, I had to like look her up. She's
Oscar
gone
winner.
on for like, oh my god, I was like,
she's had a long career.
Directing,
so awesome. But
Dawn of the Dead. That's like where I first saw adult her.
I mean, To Go was the first time I ever saw adult her.
Made this movie, so
yeah. She does not look the way she looks as a 20-something. Like she looks so different.
Yeah.
But
great fun.
All right, Lava, what did you think?
So I might have to watch this film again because I'm in a weird space right now. Monthly, if you get my drift. So I'm not. So like I fell asleep a couple of times. Because I just don't have the energy.
So good.
Well, it's dream-like, right? It's like a dream, so it takes you right there, right?
I dream this movie.
I will say, just kind of like I was watching it and I was like, oh, I see why Janine likes this. Like,
Janine is a weird ass.
I know she's a weirdo. No, but like I can see why, because like you brought it up, like when you brought up the little girl, I was like, if I watched this at a younger age, I would have loved seeing a young girl kind of like lead a film. And she's like very like no, we gotta go.
Like come on, dude.
And I love that about her. Like there's elements about this so great. Like, the piggyback off of Bride, like it's beautiful. Like this, like just the colors and the backgrounds and like I know it's a fake background, but it's beautiful. Somebody like painted that or something like that.
It blends really well.
Right, it blends really well. It goes with like the aesthetic of how the story is told. I will say I did like how the story is interweaved. I love how it's kind of like because even for me at a certain point, I was like, did I miss something? Possibly because I felt like twice, but like. But it wasn't like
anthology kind of.
I mean,
it wasn't like long sleeves to the point where I didn't with the film, but it was just like one of those things where I was like, I wanted to go back, but I knew I would cut it. It would cut me short for this. I was like, I don't. Right. But it was like one of those moments where it's like it starts with this play about what we're about to watch. And then then he comes in and it's like, you're wrong. Let me tell you the story. And I love the transition of when the actor is like, I don't know what I'm doing. And he's like, just go. And then he keeps going and it blends into like what like the story. I was like, ew.
That was really, I know that transition was like so
I was like, that's beautiful. I was like, so good. And then it's just like the sets are like fantastical and amazing. Like they're gigantic sets and like they're big, but even like the theater production was beautifully like that's what they do on plays. Like that was even like amazingly done. Like having like the mermaids, but I know that they're on their legs walking, but but it doesn't look that way. So like it was just I was just like this is such a like a kid would latch on to this. Like it's so fantastical and amazing. Add in like the whole war aspect, you got the boys immediately. So it's just like guns going off and stuff. But like it took me a little to get into the storytelling of it because Baron is so eccentric that it was a lot for me to like grasp onto. Like it was a lot. I was like, he needs a Xanax or something. Like he needs like
there's a lot going on.
It's like because I think it was like an overload of things. So like it was like a lot for me. But like
sensory overload.
There's like a very much so.
Like Tony Stark said, this is what I'm trying to tell you. He's Tony Stark. That's the chaos in the mind.
Yeah, but it's different though. Like honestly, I would think this would be Tony's mind. I think this would like if we cracked open Tony's brain, it might be the Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Like
Yeah,
it just
that's what I'm saying. I think it would
might
be
look and
wild.
flow like
Playing on
that.
a loop in there.
No, literally, like just like a flow of everything. But like I thought, like it wouldn't be a film that I am going to revisit it sometime. But I don't think I would revisit it often because I don't have like this nostalgic pull for it. I think it's a good film though. I think like I could see myself as a kid like really liking this film. But seeing as I'm 1,000 years old now, like this just I would say that if I had to
She's
equate
not
it to
1,000. Don't let her lie to you. She's 999.
Thank you, Smitty. I'm sorry. I'm always aging myself up, you know.
Will Wilkins is 1,000 years.
There it is. Yeah, there it is. I would say if I had to equate it to something for me that I used to watch, it gives me like, I think this is like Janine's version of like my version of like Never Ending Story. Like it gives.
Oh
like,
yeah, no. When I was watching, I was definitely feeling some story vibes too.
Yeah, so I feel like that's what I would equate it to. Like if I was like Never Ending Story, somebody would be like, "What kind of weirdness is this film that you got me?" Like if I got somebody that was my age now, Never Ending Story, and they watch Never Ending Story now, they would probably feel the way I feel about the Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Because they'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "No, but you don't get it though. Like you don't understand." But I still think it was a good film though. But I think,
I'm with Law on the Never Ending Story though, because Darkness and like Atreyu, like the Rock Biter, like
man.
But at least there's no like nightmare fuel tragedy like with his horse in this.
My God,
his horse just goes in and swims to the just swims to the shore and does his thing.
When him and the horse came up out of the water,
out the window. Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
there's
where's the bear? And he just comes out the water with the horse. I'm like, what are they floating?
There's this one scene where like a bunch of them are like sitting down and the horse is sitting down with them in like this like circle. I was just like, I was like, that is adorable. Oh my God.
Now right with the horse that sits down. Like,
so good.
So I am convinced now that Zack Snyder sat down and decided to build the DC or his movie lineup with this, because essentially this is the blueprint for Sucker Punch. If you think about it, the going back and forth between fake and reality, and then the Flash sequence, quite literally with the Eric Idle, like him running. I swear to God, you just transpose that to Justice League, and like that's exactly
that's another thing.
Flash runs.
That was a better run, though, if I'm being honest.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He was like really into it. Like,
They did a really good job with the running.
They did. They really did. Especially like running in place. I was like, dude, he's tearing up the floor. And the barb or the shackles to keep him from moving. Cute little thing.
Aspects to it. But honestly, his legs are crazy strong because like even with the weight, he's still moving. Like he's still making his way. Like he still came up the stairs and everything. Like he was still like getting it. I was like, okay, like he's still kind of strong.
I think we should have all known how wacky this film was going to be the moment that Munchausen took the fake Munchausen's nose off with the sword. Like that's when he was like, where is this going? This is insane.
Isn't Eric Idle, because he's the guy that runs fast, right? Eric Idle. So wasn't he in Casper?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
He's one of the
whole time like, I know this man.
Oh yeah.
I just like looking it up.
He's one of the two of the main Monty Python cast that broke out and kept going.
John
Cleese. Cleese is the other one. Not that none of them did other things, but those two were the ones that went the furthest. And Idol still, I think, I don't know now, but he did even just stand up for the longest time.
Now.
Yeah, he's definitely an older dude. Janine, tell us more about the movie, why you like the film itself.
Yeah, I mean, this was the first time I watched it where I kind of noticed this Wizard of Oz aspect to it. I mean, like this crew kind of on this journey. And like you're collecting a person kind of each time because he's going back to find his old team. And also this kind of mixing of like people in the real world also playing characters in like the fantasy scenario as well.
Interesting. So Sucker Punch is Wizard of Oz. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Essentially. Yeah, because like we see these characters as actors in the real world and he's kind of thinking that they're his old team. They're like, no, we're actors. Like, what are you talking about? And then we the actors playing the different characters. So yeah, I noticed, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like The Wizard of Oz. So like the amount of times I've seen this movie, and this being kind of the first time, maybe it's the Wicked of it all, like right now.
I thought that too.
Put that in my head. Yeah, I definitely was getting this kind of cool Wizard of Oz connection with this film.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what everybody said, like the visuals are incredible, the effects, like all the stuff with the Moon King and Queen in their heads, and that kind of whole separation with that.
This really is racy for kids thingy.
Oh yeah,
like this is quite racy. Like the whole moon and everything. I was like,
But he was just tickling her toes, though. Okay,
I know.
We know what they were doing.
Like it was.
We know what they were doing.
I kind of called it too.
No, but they show you he's tickling her toes. Yeah, he's literally tickling her toes.
Yeah.
No, but they knew what they were doing because the way that they looked at each other.
No, for sure. It's the double entendre is.
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing in this film? I will say though, and this is no disrespect, and it's gonna sound so disrespectful, and I mean no disrespect to this man. I love me some Robin Williams. Okay, he is a comedic genius. I love him, but I do see that he got his like 4 voices that he kind of does in like all the films that he does. Yeah. And I'm not saying that they aren't good.
His energy and his wit in the moment, I think, is what kept him going. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. He did only have a handful of characters, but he could add flavor to those characters in a new way.
But he ad-libbed everything essentially.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I'm going mainly like the tone of his voice. I was just like, oh, he does this often in his films, and it's not to say that I don't like it every time he does it in his film. Because to me, it's the same thing as like Denzel watches and saying, huh? Because he says huh in every film he does. What? And huh? And he says it the exact same way every time. And I'm aghast every time he says it. Like I'm not, like I don't know it's gonna come.
Yeah. But I just watching it in this movie.
But watching this movie, it just clicked for me that like I'm like,
no, a lot. I've heard that
a lot. Like to me, it's the same as Diane Keaton screaming in every movie she's in. Like, you know, she rest in peace. So it's like just my brain just kind of clicks with those moments. But I was just like, look at Robin Williams. I was like, I did not know he was gonna be in this film. He just popped up right there. So he just popped up. I was like, oh, it's the head of Robin Williams. That's fun.
Yeah.
I was getting some Genie vibes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did. I like how he switched when he was the head. He was the moon god, and then, like he switched back and forth.
Like the head didn't want to be connected, and so like they were like fighting each other.
And that's like it's kind of like dissociative identity disorder a bit because it was like he became somebody different. Like it was just that was a very interesting like. And they kind of played it for
the color came back to his head.
Yeah, it's like the color came back and he wasn't like the gray. Like I thought, but I like when he sneezed. That's such a. I really feel like that's such a Robin Williams joke to be like, you know, I don't need a body, and then he's like, oh my nose started. I'm like that's such a. I don't know why, but I felt like that was just something that Robin Williams kind of like.
He probably ad-libbed 90% of what you saw.
Oh yeah,
he ad-libbed almost everything you saw in Dead Poets Society. So like the dude just did that a lot.
Yeah, they let him kind of just do whatever. But yeah, I mean. To the visuals as well, like that whole replicating of the Venus with Uma Thurman, like that was absolutely gorgeous.
Right.
I feel bad for her. She was like 17, I think 16 or 17.
She was 17 or 18. Yeah, Oliver Reed just getting drunk.
Oh man, I know.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, she looked great, but also I was just like, she's so young to be doing this. And I saw a bit of a nipple in areola. I said, oh.
I was like, this is PG, man. What the hell are we doing?
Yeah, I mean that was PG back then.
It was.
No, for sure. No.
Yeah, you can explode gremlins in microwaves at PG in 1980.
There's a lot of beheadings.
There was. I was just shocked by that.
I was like, wait, this is PG. There's just no blood.
Yeah, and they were all played kind of very playful, like even just like the Sultan villain was a very kind of playful villain. Like he's playing his little torture song, and it's like
the torture organ, dude. That is so great.
The other side of the
organ,
hilarious.
That's Monty Python, like at its core. Like that's Monty Python.
That whole scene too of him talking about just your average everyday torture chamber.
Like,
or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about my daily duties.
He's so excited about being a torturer type of thing. I was just like, oh, okay. But I thought that was funny. Like I thought that was like when he started playing. They're like,
oh my God.
I felt so bad for them, but also I was like, that's kind of comical.
Yeah, but I mean, even that whole kind of adventure sequence, I think, was really fun because you got to see all of the character powers, the abilities at work, and like the whole fun of the wager and him basically kind of tricking the Sultan because the strongest man ended up like taking everything.
I know.
And that's what started this war that they're in right now. So all of that, I think, was just really well kind of put together. The guy who was the guy who could shoot from really far away, he wrote the film. Yeah, he was the screenwriter.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the weirdest voice in the entire film.
Yeah. At the end when and he's blind and he can't see. And like,
I know.
Like,
still a good shot though.
Yes.
A couple of people were blind. Like even the executioner was blind. Like he was always over.
I know.
Like the little guy had to kind of direct.
I did like how the executioner's partner. Yeah, the lines. I loved. Like, let me make this easy for you. Yeah.
Yes, like preparing him for the beheading.
Yeah.
And I like the kind of concept that like the more adventure Baron Munchausen has, the younger he gets.
He becomes,
Yeah,
I found that fun because it's like he's living. You know what I mean? It's like that. You know, he's living. He has a good time. Which, in retrospect, that is like the moment you kind of stop moving, you kind of stop living. So it's like
exactly. So I like kind of that.
And it showed in all of his cohorts. Like they started getting older because they stopped moving.
Yeah, and they forgot who they were.
Who they were, right? And so he popped back up. I thought like there's some like inner things in this film that are pretty cool. That I
want to touch on that actually because one of the moments that stood out to me the most this time, because I've seen this once when I was young, and then this is my second time. But the part that stood out to me the most was when Albrecht, the Winston Dennis character, he's moved to the land of strong, giant type people, and he's so happy to be the little runt, and it like you have to live a different life for the first time, and there's something really endearing about that. And as a pretty big person, I relate. I'm like, man, sometimes I hit my head on things, or I'm just too clunky, and so I'm like, wow, that like you're speaking to bigger people. Which is not something you saw often in the 80s.
Yeah. So. Like he's in a world where he fits. Finally, like he fits in this world, right? So
but he still left it to go back to help.
No, for sure.
Yeah, and so kind of when they are able to kind of reconnect to their abilities, even with them not being able to like hear as well or see as well, and they're still able to kind of save the day, and that's
but they still perform well.
Yeah. So just so much fun, like so many great elements put together. I think I've heard people say like the structure is kind of messy, but I think it works. Like we're jumping from adventure to adventure.
I think you're in a man's mind. Like, of course it's messy.
I mean, think about it. Think about it too. Like for a minute, the Munchausen that we see talking about it isn't. I mean, he's still an older man, right? So like, even when he came and started talking. In the beginning, everybody's like, "You're crazy! Like you don't know what you're talking about. You're talking like." So if we're in the mind of this person that's kind of like rallying on things, that sees his cohorts in these actors and things like that, do we really think us watching him tell this story is going to be cohesive in any type of way? Like,
right?
It's going to be moments where it's going to like maybe
we're jumping in and out,
and we just have
to go along for the ride of it,
right? So it's kind of like to me, I felt like because we're the Sarah character, from how I kind of look at it, it's like I'm kind of like living this through her. I'm kind of watching her, like I'm following her more than I'm following the Baron. Really, I'm like. She's kind of on it, and he needs somebody to be on it. Even though that girl got abused throughout the whole film, he was like, "You horrible child!" Like that girl was just getting thrown in places.
He didn't want to do that. Like he didn't want to like shake her, like scare her. But Terry Gilliam was
Terry Gilliam was like, "Do it." She get paid. Keep it moving.
And her dad was like one of the extras as well. Sarah Pauli's dad.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, I'm happy she had a parent that was like there at least. But like, I was kind of like living with her character because I like how honest she is. And I like that when they were in the ship, when they were floating in the ship, and he's like, "You do believe me, don't you?" Because she's the only person in town that did believe him. Yeah. And now he can feel like that faith shaking in her because like nothing's been quite going correctly or like it's supposed to be. And she was like, "I'm trying to." And I was like, whoever wrote that line, I absolutely, because like usually you have like little kids and they're like, "Of course I believe in you, so and so, you're amazing." And this little girl was just like, I'm really trying to love, but you make it difficult, but I'm gonna try. Like, so I like that.
Even when we first meet her, like she's changing, like the
sons, the daughters,
because she wants to like have that recognition. Yeah,
I wanted to bring that up too because I was like, I literally almost messaged Janine. It was like, what do you have me watching? Because the beginning of the story when they're showing like all the things on the board, it says that line. It was like we don't have a lot of food, so stop eating. And I was like, what is this film? I was like, what is this? I was like, what is this? But I love that about her too. Like I love that she's funky, she's sassy.
Yeah.
Like she's like,
trying to keep them on track.
Like, you have no sons. I'm your daughter. It should be about us. Like, I know about these things. Like she just felt like a very, like they typically do with children in films. She's older than everybody else, even though she's younger.
Yeah, we had this last week. Inventions in Babysitting. The girl was the one that was like, "Hey, can we keep going? Like we're trying to get going."
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we're gonna see if that's a theme going forward.
At the same time, though, she's able to keep like a sense of whimsy and imagination,
right.
Which it makes so much sense that Baron Munchausen would have this child go along with him, because like no adult, especially in that era and that time, like, there's all this like horrible stuff going on. They're not gonna be along for this ride. They're gonna like not go along with them and believe it
and really take everything that's happening.
This child is gonna like almost in a way reinforce some of his wild,
but also think she fuels I think she fuels what he needs, right? Because right in the moment where he was about to give up, you know, oh my bad, I didn't know that was what you were saying. But like when they were about to give up, she's like, hey yo, what are we doing? Like what's going on? Like she kind of keeps that youthfulness alive, which is what essentially kids do to adults anyway.
So, trying to kill him as well. That like reaper figure that's constantly trying to take him.
Man.
That
was really well done.
Like,
damn,
it was creepy.
It was so cool.
That was a great
also, I want to say like my favorite shot, like that I probably could just keep watching over and over again. It like starts on the hand, the like executioner hand, where like which is kind of funny where the head would drop. So Baron Munchausen, it's near the end, and they start on this and they start pulling back. And all these people, and just keeps pulling back on this, on that, and like all the people start like filing into the center, and we just keep pulling back and seeing the expanse of like all these people, and just like this insane scenario that okay, he's actually gonna get. You makes you think like, oh, this is it. He actually is gonna get executed here. But just like an incredible, like crazy shot. I mean, that they pulled off. I mean, that's like so many extras, so much stuff going around. Like it looked like they were actually, there had to be a location. Like there's no way they're faking that. Like, it was,
I'm gonna piggyback off of Brian. My favorite shot of the film, because I think that's a great idea. My favorite shot of the film is when they're climbing the moon, and then they do that pullback. They do that pullback, and you get to see like where the castle was and where they are. And I just thought, and then it's like you see the lines connecting, like making the constellations too. And I was just like, that. Great. I thought that was a great shot. I was like, that kind of perked me up a little bit when I was feeling kind of like
I'm awake.
Well, I was like kind of waning a bit. I was like, oh, that's the stars and the moon. Okay. I thought that was a good shot.
I love it. Well, we do have another movie, so why don't we wrap this one up and we will get on to Mortal Kombat. Let's review or rate in the same order. Brian, what do you rate Baron Munchausen?
I'm going to give this a 8.5.
8.5. All right. Lala, what do you rate Baron Munchausen?
It was a 6, but now it's a 7.
Nice. Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll take
it. Nobody say it. It was said, but nobody needs to say it. Janine, what do you rate Baron Munchausen?
I mean, I have nostalgia goggles for this one, so I give it a 9.
Come on, 9.
I'm gonna mimic La on this one. I actually think this is a 7, and it's. I think the mess of it all that you can tell that you said from the production, I think some of that does come through, and I get it. There's some fun here, but I think there are other movies of the era that hit harder for me in the same kind of vein, never-ending story kind of deal. So, but still a fun movie. Everybody should give this a try. Yeah, give it a try.
I lifted it above just off of conversation, just off of like what all you guys said. Like I was like, that was pretty nice. Like.
Well, these conversations have elevated many a film. This is not the first film to be elevated. So,
that's very true.
All right, let's move on to Mortal Kombat. We're going to hear from Janine first about some trivia. And then please, again, well, you did kind of already tell us why both movies, so just give us the trivia and then we'll get into this one.
Yeah, so this one had a ton of alternate casting options. Of course, they wanted Jean-Claude Van Damme for Johnny Cage, but he declined, of course, going for Street Fighter.
Thank God.
Wrong decision.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wrong decision.
Yeah. They
Worked out for us.
Yeah, right. I like Lyndon Ashby better, but Brandon Lee, he was their first pick for Liu Kang, but he of course passed away before this started filming.
Yeah. He was supposed to be in so much stuff.
Right?
Oh.
Yes.
His career was about to blow up.
His career was about to be something amazing.
Yeah. And Law, your boy, for next week, Jason Scott Lee also auditioned for Liu Kang.
Did he? I know he did.
Jungle Book, yes.
Yeah.
And then yes, Sean Connery again. They wanted him for Lord Raiden.
Oh my
God! But of course he said no.
Wait, they got the two dudes from the Highlander to do Raiden.
Like, so they went for the other Highlander guy. Yes, yeah. Sean Connery said
which was the perfect
so
choice.
For Sonia, they ended up kind of looking at the dailies of an actress who was filming a movie for New Line, and that was Cameron Diaz.
What?
Whoa.
That might have been a better choice, personally.
They watched her mask dailies and they cast her. No, she was cast as Sonya Blade, but she broke her wrist, and so then they had to have Bridget Wilson come in. And otherwise, they would have been delayed. Bridget Wilson was a last minute pick. They got her the last day of filming on Billy Madison. So
if I'm
makes sense.
That makes so much sense.
Oh my God, I know.
Because you look at Uma Thurman and like Charlie's Angels. I mean, not Uma Thurman. I mean Cameron Diaz. Like Charlie's Angels. Mm-hmm. You know she has the
she was.
Because they said that she can pick up choreography like really, really well.
Yeah.
I mean, she always can. Obviously, so if she would have did this, I don't know. That would have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
Even though I think
Bridget
gives something.
You can totally. I'm with you, Brian.
Like she had no time
to
learn.
So
for sure.
She took that character and made her angry. That's all. She just turned up the anger.
Yes.
From that same character.
All her
rough with the choreography.
Right.
Yeah. So they pushed her stuff to kind of later in the film, so she would have time to learn the choreography. Yeah. And they wrote a fight scene with her and the character Jade, who was also supposed to be in the film, but they never filmed it. She only gets the one fight scene.
I brought that up when I watched it. I was like, I never realized this as a kid, but like this should have been called Mortal Kombat: The Liu Kang Story because because
it's all him.
He more than anybody.
But this is what they did in the 90s and 2000s, right?
Fights like once, and that's
it. She gets her one little fight, and that's it.
Well, wait, no. On that, real quick before we go further.
From like other Mortal Kombat.
They are. Too. But if you think about it from the gamer's perspective, let's think about it like the way you're meant to play the game. You're supposed to be a character and play through the tournament once.
Right.
Pumping the quarters in isn't what the reality of the story is. So you would pick Liu Kang and just play through and then beat Goro. And that's the story. So that's just what they had to choose. They couldn't give Johnny Cage's version. It's more like you watched your friend play Johnny Cage's character across the arcade. Like
exactly.
That's the way I saw it. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, actually.
Yeah. Christopher Lambert ended up being like super involved with the production.
Oh, really?
It was too expensive to fly him to Thailand, so they were gonna just film all his stuff in Los Angeles and then use a double in Thailand. But when he heard about this, he was like, "Hell no, I'm gonna be there." So he paid to fly himself out to Thailand.
Wow.
Yes, and his management team was pissed because he essentially, made no money for that or whatever.
That's his call, like.
Yes, but he ultimately ended up. He ultimately ended up like buying meals for crew and cast. He hosted their rap party. Paul Anderson was very kind of a new, fresh director, so he actually gave him a lot of advice and kind of helped him and mentored him a little bit in the filmmaking process because there were a lot of things he didn't really think about in terms of like directing action. So he was really supportive of the director in that aspect. And then he ended up actually doing his own dub in French.
Damn.
Movie.
His voice sounds weird. Is it ADR? Because I swear I always thought his voice was ADR the whole time.
I mean,
I think I might be the actor. I don't know.
It could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's him.
No, it is him, but like he has a pretty thick accent and
like
always
a
has.
ADR voice. Like
he does. It feels like like he's back here, and everybody else is up here. Is what it always feels like. I don't know.
Yeah. There was a rumor that Steven Spielberg wanted to be in the movie, but he couldn't because of filming conflicts. That's why the director of the Johnny Cage film looks kind of like Steven Spielberg.
Oh, so he could have played the director. That would have been great.
That was meant to be. There's a rumor. It was rumored that was meant to be the actual Steven Spielberg because he was a fan of the game, but that's never really been.
I see.
That rumor has always been looming, and that's why that.
I mean, he showed up in the Blues Brothers as a clerk for a second and a half. Like, it's not out of his range.
I mean, I still felt like this film still made that character kind of Spielberg-ish. Like, I kind of brought I was like, that's kind of, I'm like, he kind of Spielberg-y.
Yeah. I think that like was intentional. Yeah.
Slash Rob Reiner and Spinal Tap.
Right.
Because Rob Reiner looks just like that. Spinal Tap.
What Janine is telling us from all of this, though, is that without Christopher Lambert, we don't get Event Horizon, is potentially what I'm hearing. Yeah. So,
I mean, all things kind of connect.
Right.
The extended Scorpion Johnny Cage fight and the Liu Kang reptile fight were added later after test screenings wanted more fights, but their choreographer had already moved on to another job. So then Robin Shou, who played Liu Kang, ended up choreographing those fights.
And if I'm being
interesting.
And if I'm being honest,
he
probably should have choreographed the whole film. Is what?
I'm
not knocking the choreographer. They were still good fights, but the fight between Liu Kang and Reptile is nuts. It's on fire. It's such a good fight scene. Like,
I will say the one between Shang Tsung and Liu Kang at the end is pretty great though too. Compared to all the other ones, right? That one felt felt.
I don't know that Goro fight. I'm gonna stop right there.
Well, I do have a little fun trivia about the Goro fight.
Please.
So because I think the Johnny Cage the Johnny Cage fight was supposed to kind of end when he does that kick, and then that was how the fight ended. But then they added him going into that other realm, and that was all new stuff that they had. And then the reptile fight was him just like stepping on him with the bugs, and that's where that fight ended. But then they added the whole him turning into a guy and then like them actually fighting. And in that fight scene in the like cave or whatever they're in, there's actually a cheat code for Mortal Kombat 3 on the wall.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I also like that when he becomes Reptile though, he gets announced like from an announcer.
Just
like
the
game.
And I also noticed that like
Reptile wasn't in the first Mortal Kombat game.
No,
he was like a bonus. He was like a secret character. Like you put in a code and like you get Reptile. I think something like that.
Right.
But I like that they all kind of do 2 to 3 rounds a little bit. Like they do,
in a way, they do.
Then they kind of like reset. And I just didn't realize that they all kind of like they all start up with like a move, like a pose.
Well, and they all get their secret move. Their major move is in like Sonya's was to grab the head and flip them. And then Liu Kang did the bicycle kick. Like all of them had their move.
Like they hit at the end, like the power hit at the end. That was fun.
I will say though, they kind of messed with the flawless victory thing. I'm like.
I'm with you.
They said a couple times, like, no, that's not flawless victory.
When Sub-Zero wins in the beginning, 100% flawless victory.
Yeah.
But if you get punched once, you've lost bar. Like your bar is going to go down. Like, they should have just put the bar in there. I would have been okay with it.
He was like flawless victory. I was like, where?
I'm like, it's not.
Where?
He was getting his ass handed to him. Just
dude, he's bleeding. What do you mean flawless? Like,
listen, I know Aina is joking to us like, come on, the fight with Katana and Kang was top tier. I will say this. Listen, I actually like that fight because when they state that she's 10,000 years old,
right?
It's easy. I feel like any fight that somebody will come against her, she can easily counteract, and her smooth just walking and blocking and like flipping him around and pushing his head down. I felt like it showed her prowess as a warrior because she's been alive for 10,000 years, but she ain't learned how to fight. What's she doing? I know she's pretty.
I know.
So like, I actually like saw that scene in a different light. Watching it this time, I was just like, it kind of makes sense that her scenes will be fluid when she fought because like, who can best her in a fight? She's been alive too long.
Right.
So, exactly.
And she's sped up
Yeah.
with his life. So.
No, for real, she like, bro,
I lost
like,
my
bro,
realm. Okay.
listen to me so we can end this. I'm tired.
I'm
tired.
I don't need to go to a third realm and fight this out again.
Please.
Like, we do not need to do that.
Over
Like,
it.
be a party. Like, listen to your destiny, bro. Stop running, so we can get this done. Jesus.
Freaking mortals. God.
I know, right? Oh my god.
Always Earth.
They're the worst.
Yes.
Yes,
As for Goro's balls, the reason we see Johnny Cage do that, his signature split move and punch Goro in the balls, is because when they were doing concept art for the characters, they were showing them to like kids and fans of the games to see what they thought of them. And for whatever reason, an overwhelming question they got from these kids were, what kinds of balls does Goro have? So that was their way of like,
Obviously,
they were very curious
ones.
about Goro's balls, so they put that in there to show that he
Weird.
did have, in fact, have
What
balls.
kind of kids are they asking these questions?
No,
I mean,
where are they
80s
finding
kids,
these
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
These
90s
kids.
kids. 90s kids
Where's
were playing the
Goro's
arcade.
nards.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, think about it, because
Yeah, I think we said nards for at least 8 to 10 years after.
Yeah, nards
when
was
nards
sick.
came
Well,
out.
also, like, I think kids are always obsessed about like sex in some type of way,
That's
not like in like the way that adults.
Yeah.
No, but
Like,
you
they are
don't.
into-
People
like,
people tell you don't talk about
humanoid
balls, so you want to
monster.
talk about balls.
What's
Like,
going on down there? Yeah.
or like if you grew up in a certain way, because my mom was in the hospital, so like I used to be like vagina and penis. I say all that stuff, or
Right.
like the kid from Kindergarten Cop. Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's a kid from
you know,
kindergarten.
so it's just like one of those things. So I just think it's always
vaginas all
yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
And last bit of trivia.
No, please.
Oh, God.
Trevor Goddard, who's a British actor who played Kano, he was attempting a Cockney British accent for Kano, but it ended up
coming
out Australian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yes. So that's what he was
It's like
attempting.
full on Australian. I'm sorry. There's like
Exactly.
no
100%.
Cockney in there.
Not at all.
But
So
because
funny.
he did this and fans liked it so much, they ended
Yeah.
up changing the Kano character from a Japanese American character in the game to an Australian character.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
So
Wow.
R.I.P. to Trevor Goddard.
Yeah, I think he did.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
did.
Yeah, so he changed that whole
Man,
character with
amazing.
that, even though he
Wow.
wasn't really trying to do
That's
that.
so
But-
funny.
Poor guy.
And they killed him. Kano was actually a pretty fun character to play. So like it's annoying that they killed him
Which is
off.
why-
I've always
which is
hated
why
that they killed him.
Which is why they always make him a fun character. Like they always. make him-
Yeah, so even in the new one, he's Australian. Like,
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Now, Lala, had you seen this one? I
A
hope.
billion times.
Okay, a million times. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Actually celebrating its 30th anniversary this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm 38,
Yeah.
so remember, like I was right in the pocket of this
Crazy.
movie coming
That's a
out.
good point.
Yeah, I
That's a
saw
good
this
point.
in theaters when I was 11.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters with a group of friends at a theater that's no longer existed. They
Yeah,
just
same. Yeah.
tore down like
Or stadium
maybe a
seating.
few years ago. Yeah, it was great.
But I didn't
I'll
care
never
about
forget
sitting in the
that.
front row. I would sit in the front row, whatever. I don't
Yep,
care.
I want to be just like this. I want to be just like this.
This is why I have neck problems. The movie theater
No, for
has done
sure.
it to me. So you guys, we all agree. We have a ton of nostalgia for it. We all agree that there's roughness to the film. Nobody's going to deny the roughness.
Absolutely.
Which gives it maybe some charm in places and then cringe in others. But the soundtrack is like
Went
what
platinum.
makes
Went
this
platinum.
movie.
Man, I had it.
Right.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
blast it in my car like constantly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Even
I
when like
feel-
some of
I
the
feel
scenes,
like
I'm
they
like,
only
oh, I
played
remember
one
this
song.
song. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
they only played one song throughout the whole film. I feel like they only played one song.
There, I think it's 8 tracks and they are all different. Like even the like when they go to Outworld,
Yeah.
like I had them all memorized
Yeah.
because it was just the
Yeah.
thing that play on loop in my car.
Uh-huh.
Pretty terrible. There are, I think, the greatest lines in the film are from Johnny Cage. I actually found myself loving his character more than ever.
Yes, and
before.
a lot of their comedy was ad-libbed from the actors.
That's
so
great. I love it, and I love. And he's like, "This is where you fall down now." I love that they like
They
brought
bring
that
that
back.
back.
Yeah.
Even though it was really lame and really cheesy, I ate that up.
So good. Yes.
There is a
I thought he
scene
was
though
really
that
great
the
as Johnny
like.
Cage. Like,
I agree, but there was a scene that stood out to me that I had laughed so hard, and this is the scene I told my wife about. Like, maybe don't revisit it if you're worried. Ultimately, I feel the same after it this time. But the scene where it's Sonya chasing Kano or trying to find him. So she's at the club trying to find him, and she's running around with a shotgun. She runs up to like a set of stairs, and a guy comes out with an Uzi and just starts spraying at her and the entire crowd.
Club, yeah.
And she like takes a while and then finally shoots him, and it doesn't even kill him, which is of course PG-13. You know, they're trying not to do too much. But that's the ridiculousness of the movie, is that, and the exposition is so lightning fast. Like, just here's this, and now we're going here. They had Peter Jason, the actor, for like just a moment, barely dialing in his lines, being Shang Tsung, being his manager, Johnny Cage's manager, for just a second. And I'm just sitting there looking at him going, man, how much did they pay him to just come in and do these 3 lines and then walk off set again? I don't know. So like, there's a lot of charm, but then it's also, you can tell why it got thrashed by critics in 95. Like, I can see both. Like, I love the nostalgia, and I love that.
People liked it, and Ebert made some dumb excuse not to like it. Like, he said his theater was too dark.
Yeah, he said the same thing about Batman. So you can,
and
yeah.
So Siskel was like, well, don't, blame the theater, not the movie. Like, this movie was really
for
fun.
sure.
Yeah.
Like, how was that
advocating
theater?
Film. And Ebert, like, didn't say anything inherently bad about the film. He was just complaining, well, my theater was too dark, so man, I didn't like it.
Right.
So to me, that means he did like it. He just don't want to admit to it, because like someone of his
really
fans shouldn't like this type of movie or whatever. So yeah.
So this is one of the other ones you watched with your brother a lot. What about it stands out now that you find that you are fond of at this point?
I mean, I just love the music, just gets you pumped with the action. I love that there was a conscious effort to make sure we saw the actors doing all the fights. So there's not a lot of kind of stunt doubles and people coming in. Even Bridget Wilson with her like a little struggling. Like, I appreciated that, like, we saw her doing those fights and those fight sequences. I just remember getting so excited watching this with my brother in a theater, and we were just so pumped, and got excited when we heard all the lines from the game, because I grew up on fighting games and side scrollers. Those were my games. So like, to kind of see those things taken into account to be put in this film, it felt like, yes, this movie was made for video game fans. So I love that energy of it. I remember like being in the stall of the bathroom after seeing the movie and like replicating like the end scene of the movie. Like, I remember going, I don't think so. Like, my brother was holding stuff like that all the time. So yeah, again, just a huge nostalgia trip, and a great kind of movie theater memory, because it's hard to kind of remember earlier movies you saw as a kid in the theater in that very old era of movie theaters. But yeah, I mean, it holds up every time I watch it. I have a good time. I'm invested in the action. Every time we get to the scene where they're all kind of in the dining room, throne room, and Liu Kang's random little cartwheel, I literally will watch that scene a couple times before I move on.
I love that scene because the guy that they bring out to get killed is the most impressive specimen. Like, he's so ridiculous. Like, the way he cracks his back, the triple kicks and the like, I'm like, holy shit. And it's so Indiana Jones. Like, I love it. I love it.
And so that was the best they could do to get away with like a head coming off without the spine, by like having him frozen. But I'm talking about the scene when the music kicks in and they're trying to find Katana, and they're like in the like where Goro was eating and all of that, and then
they're
all
like all the candles and stuff. And
I know exactly the scene she's talking about.
I sent you guys the little like
it's so funny
going on, and then Liu Kang just does a little cartwheel and pose. And then we move on with it.
I know. That's totally stuck out to me too when I watched it. I'm like, what?
You look cool, man. Like,
okay.
The whole fight going on.
I know.
So all three of them look so cool in this fight sequence.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Cage
with the bow shot. The ending shot was
like,
her being like,
they do all the like final pose. Like,
shout out to Bridget, because she did what she needed to do. Be a constant late
the
game.
She
got the job done. Even though the punches with Kano was slow, but they was good. She'd be
there was another. So are you? I think I know what you're talking about. I'm trying. He does the flip and then lands with 2 feet on the stairs, like
and then just
and then just stops.
And just it wasn't even 100%. Fighting anybody.
Right.
Like, no one was around.
He was
him,
prepared to fight the stairs. Like he's ready.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I will literally rewind that sequence and watch it a couple times before I leave the film. So yeah, I mean, just the fights, the action. I just get excited watching it. Just the dialogue, like the opening little banter between Johnny Cage and Liu Kang is really fun. Like, because Liu Kang doesn't seem like a character who would be funny, but when he's like messing with Johnny Cage, like those scenes always make me laugh.
Just throws his shit in the water.
And just takes his money and like walks away. The chemistry with these characters works really well also. So I liked kind of the teasing of romance, but we didn't really kind of like linger on it or focus on it.
But they still, there was a line. There was a line. He was like, not you or something. It was a little bad, but
because Sonya ends up kind of not. They kind of set it up like he has this connection. Shang Tsung wants Sonya for something, but they don't really like
why. That.
I think it's because he thinks he can take her down easiest. I think she's the easiest mark.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But the way that I'm kind of with Janine on this because the way that the movie played it, they played it more romantic. Like he wants her.
Like he wanted her in some romantic.
But then they kind of pivoted to he always planned it to be this way to fight her at the final thing.
But what was with the King Kong thing with like putting her in the outfit and messing up her hair and strapping her to the wall?
I was like, that was a stylistic choice.
It was a choice. Was that all for the line from Cage where he's like, nice outfit? Like was that what that was for?
Yes. So I mean, I get like they were limited in terms of being able to use her and stay, on the timeline of when the film was supposed to come out. So it's just kind of a bummer that she doesn't get used because like I was a girl growing up who was like, I like the girl character. She's my favorite.
No, always. It's always a girl character.
So any video game, there's a girl character. She's my favorite. So of course, Mortal Kombat. She was my favorite.
Sonya was always my favorite. Yeah,
you don't get a ton of stuff with her. Was always a bummer, but then you kind of learn later what happened, and they had to kind of throw her into the mix. But
every scene she was in, she ate up though. I don't care what nobody say. Every scene she was in, she ate up.
I mean, this is my outfit homage to
I said that not
missing the black.
Somebody called me Sonya Blade the other day when I like took a picture. And I put it up. They were like, "Okay, so you."
I did.
And I was like, "Was that you? Okay, yeah." Janine said that, and I was like,
"Because you were like, I'm blonde now," and I was like, "Okay, Sonya Blade."
I was like, "I'm blonde now." She's like, "Okay, so you Blade." I was like, cosplay idea. I was like, interesting. I was like, definitely got to do a cosplay.
I was like, I got a black turtleneck like she's wearing.
Come on, listen.
Which I also appreciated. Yes, and which I appreciated that detail that she goes on the ship with nothing, but then we see her in another outfit, and then you just realize, oh, this is the tank top she was wearing under her shirt, and she just cut her jeans.
Yeah, that's it. She had nothing. Her and Liu Kang are the only two that didn't have anything. Like Johnny had all his bags, but still wore the same blue shirt and black pants. Like he never changed his outfit. And he had all those bags.
Because most of that was hair product. That was not his clothes. It was fully hair product. And sunglasses. He has way more sunglasses.
$500 sunglasses.
Right. And those were his cheap pair. I just want to be clear on that. Brian, I know you haven't seen this in a while because maybe you're a fan. You watch it like every other week. I don't know, but what did you think this time around? Did you feel the same about it as you did when you saw it when you were young?
I've seen this quite a few times. It's not like an annual watch for me or anything, but yeah, like I have to like kind of watch the opening music like about 6 times first before I can move on.
Flames and the logo coming in. Like,
sometimes I'll just go to YouTube and I'll just play that. And it's like, yes.
Yeah, you asked me if you could
now
just
I can start
do that.
the day.
Just watch the intro
for 2 hours. That
over
counts. You still get the feeling,
Right.
Yeah, you get the essence. There's like action.
If you get the action figures out while you're doing it, it feels the same.
I was like obsessed with the game.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, this movie is kind of a testament to how popular that game got because it was so fast from the time that it came out to the time that we even had this movie. Like it was just like
only a few years.
Yeah, not too long. It took longer for a Street Fighter movie to be made.
No fact.
And Street Fighter was the more popular and original game, so like that's what's fun.
So, and the game was like way more brutal than the movie.
Right.
They weren't allowed to. Yeah, they tried because I think there was a whole like congressional hearing about the rating, and that's how we ended up getting a rating system for games.
Yep.
And so they weren't allowed to do anything too crazy, or they would have gotten an R rating, and the studio wanted a PG-13.
Well, because they were
do these
it's for kids, like
exactly.
Like, that's 100% right.
So they were like, if it's a monster, we can show a monster getting killed, but if a human, if we say human get killed in like a gory game-like way, then it's R. So they had to really kind of.
That's why Scorpion was more kind of more demonic and less human to a degree.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're all fantastical characters, in the game anyway. But this is like always a fun movie to watch. Like I admittedly was like picking apart some of the effects a little more, where I was just like, oh man, those like the little like reptile character was a little rough, and some of the other stuff was kind of rough, but again, this is like this weird transition in like visual effects too, because like the 90s early to mid 90s was kind of rough. They're trying to like use it as much as they could, but also it was just that time where it was just not.
Yeah, but think about it. Like a year later, Toy Story comes out, and it's like amazing. Like it's like a visually different. Like a year.
Look at it again now, though, because it's
no, it's terrible. No, I'm comparing the two. I'm comparing Mortal Kombat
friends like Andy.
Absolutely, But I'm comparing those films. I'm not comparing like no.
Nightmare Fuel.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like. Yeah, I still feel like it's the superior Mortal Kombat film. And
even of the new ones.
Yeah, exactly. That's even taking nostalgia out of it too. Like watching the new one, I was just like, no, give me that.
It didn't feel like the video game. I'll give you that. They might have nailed the characters and visuals really nicely, but it doesn't have that cohesion that this one does.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And once we start the fights, it's like nonstop. Like it's a fight.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. That's it's a lot. I do like
so.
I do like the Liu Kang focus too. It kind of, I mean,
it's gotta have somebody.
Like, yeah, exactly.
And he's like the strongest.
One main
he's the strongest like trained fighter of I think 3 actors. Yeah.
And like having this whole concept of him having this order of light, that he used to be a part of, and everything was like,
like his destiny.
Well, and his lore connects directly to Outworld and Shang Tsung and all this.
I mean, Johnny says it in the scene. Like, why are you so special? He's like, I don't know. Like, like we figure it out, but like it already, like the film already sets it up that it's Liu Kang's film. Like everybody's just kind of like along for the ride.
Yeah, because even the setup, like I like. Yeah, and I liked like his motivation is kind of the strongest as well. Like when we meet all three of them, we kind of get a little bit of like who they are, and so he's having
also like the confirmation. He's the confirmation that all of this is like really real, because like the other two are like, why am I here and what is this? He already kind of lives in this world a little bit. Like, even though he had to be,
all the legends are true.
Even though he had to be convinced that Raiden was Raiden 1,000 times, even though bro lit his eyes up. I don't get how you're not getting this. Like,
I know a lot of people from the street that can just light up their eyes. That's why he was hesitant.
They got a couple of extra sniffs going on.
But also, shout out to the little old man who played his grandpa, because he was like 77 and he had broken like 2 ribs, and he didn't want to delay filming, so he still was like a trooper, and he did all his little scenes. And
wow. Yeah, and I will say, like, I thought too, like the progression of the fights was done really well. Like the choreography was a little rough in some spots, but then once we got to like Liu Kang and Shang Tsung's final fight, the choreography was like really great, like sped up a little more. I think too, like for me, one of the things I noticed was the choreography. I think we're so used to like just insane precise
like crazy
choreography nowadays, like just
and then like fast cuts, like cut.
I mean,
everybody wants fights to be Captain America, Winter Soldier, and it's like everything can't be.
Man, I know. Yeah,
everybody wants that, and it's like
but that final fight though was really great. Like they upped the ante, quite a bit.
Yeah,
I like it. So. Lala, did you feel any different this time around as you have the other times? Still loving it?
I did. Not in the fact that it's not worse. It's better. It's like
it's wine. Okay, Mortal Kombat is wine. Okay.
Yeah, it just committed to the fact that I love this film. Not only is it nostalgic for me, but it still holds up to me. Like, you know, like Bryce said, like everybody said, like it still holds up. Of course, that CGI with Reptile is kind of, and then even the CGI with Scorpion's like little thing that comes out of his hand. Like, even though that, like when it opens, it's still dope to me. Like when it opens, it's still dope to
But
me.
coming out of his hand,
But coming out of his hand, when you get that close up and it hits the tree, you're like, that's a little rough.
Yeah, the close up.
You be like, okay, like, let's keep it back. Let's keep it back. But I don't know. I feel like it's such a comic. It's such a video game film.
Yeah,
and I think that's what lends it to being
so accurate.
right.
Yeah.
I think that's what lends it to being so awesome. Like I was saying, like they had like everybody kind of had a couple of rounds to fight in a sense, like, you know, or like you got done in that first round, which is like I think possible in something like the other things that they come out with Mortal Kombat. So they really took like those video game aspects and put it into it, and like even with like how in the original it was a crowd that would be around them, like if they were in hell,
Yeah,
people in hell,
funny.
like, you know, like this, like every fight scene had people around them, like, hey, Goro, like stuff like that. So,
that would have been funny too if they did that, but also because, you know, in the game they have to like kind of like copy and paste characters around.
Characters,
so
yeah.
It would be funny if they had like the same people. Like, yeah.
There was kind of they kind of did that a little bit. This is something I noticed every single time I watch the movie. There's two guys in the background during the Goro fight that are like Goro stands that are just constantly like Goro, and they're like they look at each other and they go Goro, and like they look like a pair of dudes that are just following Goro wherever he goes.
No, absolutely.
So I think they added that.
I feel like the set is beautiful. It's so like big and like so much
It
stuff.
is.
Like,
they found some really great locations.
Yeah. Like,
but it was all by boat. They had to like take all of their
Oh,
up there and
man.
to take
That's
all
brutal.
back. There was nowhere to stay there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, it sounds
But
like Island of Dr. Moreau. That's awful.
But honestly, thank you, because like it added to the film. It added something that like without it probably would have like not, this film wouldn't be.
I mean,
what
Thailand's
it
the
would be.
perfect spot for
You know,
this kind of
absolutely.
movie. Yeah.
Like I've always thought this part was gross, even when I was a kid, and I still think it's gross now as an adult. When Kano's eating that chicken, it's the fakest thing I've ever seen in my life. He never.
Well, it's
like,
so chewy. That is not a good piece of chicken or turkey.
If you watch it, he never swallows.
I mean, we're assuming it's chicken. Though,
at the end,
I know.
This could be any kind of.
It could be like a
weird
outlaw pig or something.
Whatever it
Like,
is, it's disgustingly slimy, and he's jumping into it. And I was like,
he's
never.
spitting it out.
I say he never swallows it.
No.
And the only time he spits, I know he spits it out probably when it's like the scene cuts or however. But like when we see him spit it out because he sees Goro for the first time, he's like, oh, like he spits it out. I'm like, boy, you couldn't have swallowed that, whatever that was.
it was the size of a baseball.
Right, that piece of paper they made to a chicken wing or something like that. Like a chicken wing. Like, I don't know. That part was always gross to me. In the vein of the scene that Janine replays all the time, the scene that I kept finding myself replaying is when Liu Kang is fighting Sub-Zero, and it's a scene where like they're like when like they kind of go up these steps, and then like they kind of come across, and then like Sub-Zero kind of like backflips down this like arc, like this like it looks like a red carpet type of thing. He like backflips.
Oh yeah.
And then Liu Kang runs, and he just jumps and does a punch while he comes down for like no
right.
reason.
Yeah.
Like, and he keeps going and all.
It was a pump him up punch, like he was pretty hyped. Like
it was like Henry Cavill's loading punch.
Oh yeah.
The beard punch where he creates a beard out of nowhere.
I was like, what are we doing?
Exactly. Like even Scorpion in the when they're in the tree in the forest or whatever, and like Johnny Cage looking for him, and he just comes out like a cartwheel.
He cartwheels out. I'm like,
out of nowhere.
The flare flash of this film is like crazy. I think that's the funniest thing.
They also added a few Scorpion lines that I don't remember. Like, get over here is 100% in the game. But the get down here, I was like, what is that? What do you get down here?
He told his thing, he was like, come here. I was like, what are we doing? I was like, he didn't say these words. Like,
he didn't say none of those things. But it was this game guy who did that.
But I chalked it up. I chalked it up to the fact that I chalked it up to
let me hit you.
Shang has control over him, so maybe he was like giving him more carte blanche.
Gave him some more lines.
Yeah.
Gave him some more lines to speak.
I like the Sub-Zero doesn't talk like that. I like it. Just keep him quiet.
And I like that they explained like mortal enemies, but they're slaves.
Right, but under my control, right? They're slaves. Yeah. So I don't know. Mortal Kombat will always be a film that I don't think I'll never not watch. I'll never not like check like partake in and watch again, because the moment this film starts, it's it starts immediately. Mortal
Kombat and the logo
during the New Line Cinema,
immediately
and the whole dragon
it makes
logo
you move like a video game character, like you're getting ready, like you're getting pumped up, like it starts off so good.
And then the ending with that song as well.
Ending with this song, they put it in the middle too, like they kind of take some songs, like some scenes, like even with the scene in the hall, I guess you could say, like in the dining hall, that song plays, but it plays at a different part. So like you're not getting into like the mortal, like that part to kind of like take you out of it, but it just plays at a different part of the song, and it's just like really good. Like it's such great lines in here. Johnny Cage got great lines, but I love Raiden where he's like like he was just like, or like when he's like. When he laughs inappropriate at like them dying, he's like, "Oh, you die."
He ad-libbed that. Totally. He just did that.
So it's just like I think I love his voice. He seems ethereal. He seems like he doesn't seem human to me, even though he has like human aspects. Like when
and this care for them.
When Johnny Cage like punches girl like in the balls or whatever, like in the dick or whatever, he's like, he punches the guy next to him like, it's just like great humor throughout like this whole film. And like if I ever have kids, like they watch Mortal Kombat.
They watch this movie,
and not to be like they'll watch the second one too. Unfortunately, like they will, but
what a drop off.
A cliff, immediate cliff.
Damn.
And I will say for the newest one that's out, like the most recent one, I enjoyed it. It does not have that video game feel, so I agree with Brian on that. It does not have
the CGI is way worse.
It still has like a cinematic likeness to it, and it's like more grounded in the Mortal Kombat storyline that they're trying to tell. I just wish that if you're going to open up like lore, just do it correctly, because like if this kid is the descendant of him, like he's so American, he doesn't know the language.
Right.
But he be talking to him in a language he don't know what you just said. You probably put a curse on him. He don't know. Like it's just like little things. If you're gonna have a certain culture, just keep it is what I'm saying. Like to me, it would have enriched the film a little bit more if he and his daughter was a little more connected to like their roots, because they're part of her roots too. So it's just like it would have been cool if that knowledge had got passed down. And that could have been a through line for that. And I think that to me, that's the only thing that kind of like they lacked on that film was having like the culture and lore and not like melding those together tight enough for me. But but Mortal Kombat 95, 10 out of 10, no notes.
All right, so we've already got our first rating. That's actually a great segue. Other than Goro's entire lines were.
That puppet, they wanted to do more with that puppet, but it was insane. Like it was 120 pounds.
And
it
had to ride on top of a dude. Like there was a guy wearing it.
I mean, but think about it. The most of his talking was in the dining room when he was sitting down. The baby boy was resting. He was like, we don't say all his words like here. Jaws. And when
he's fighting,
even when he lifted the guy that he killed up, he was on his knees when he did it. He was literally like.
Art. Why do we care about art so much? All this,
I don't know why he wasn't Jax. That's what actually kind of made me mad. He could have been Jax.
But then, oh my god,
Goro's lines again. That's his whole line.
I meant to bring that up. Oh my god, I brought this up because I watched it on my screen yesterday. Two different characters. Here's the thing too, and this might have been like what I was talking about with the newest one. This one too, it would have been really cool because I know this is Liu Kang's story. Because Jesus, y'all beat us over the head with that one. I know it's his story, but I would have loved it in the end when they were releasing all these spirits. The Art's character, since y'all was screaming for him, no, and like y'all only had dinner with him once at this table, and bro barely spoke if he had any words.
Johnny would have known him, but why did Sonya yell no? She doesn't even know the guy. Like,
I know.
I would have, but why? I would have loved it if he would have came
where
back.
Was his friendship they formed during this?
They were supposed to have a burial for him.
They were.
Yes.
Oh wow.
But here's the thing, I would have preferred that at least to be like, okay, well maybe but we didn't see anything but this man come sit down and that's it.
Johnny could have thrown his sunglasses in on the grave. It could have been all like.
And then I wanted to kind of punch them throughout the thing because like when Art's fighting Goro, you just hear them in the background like, "Come on, Art, get up, Art." This man has 4 arms and he's not human. Like give me more advice and get out the way and move up. Like I'm dying. I'm about to die here. I'm about to die. Yeah. He's not good enough.
I mean, Goro was like in the game. He was like the toughest.
He was.
Character, but
he was the Vega for Mortal Kombat, essentially.
Yeah, as far as like hierarchy goes, like
Okay, Reel makes a good point. He said, "Hot take: Part 1 story was better than Part 2, but Part 2 fights were better."
I'm going to disagree personally, but that's just me. Okay, I think we should rate this. I think we should rate Mortal Kombat. Please keep your nostalgia goggles on if you need to, but of course that's up to you. Law, of course, gives it a 10 out of 10, which is like one of 6 films in 5 years that she's given that kind of a rating. Brian, what do you rate Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat is an 8. 8, all right.
Janine?
Bad CGI be damned. It's a 10. I love those movies.
Ooh, 2 10s and an 8.
Come on, facts.
I have to admit, this is the only other Paul W.S. Anderson movie that I will watch. Like, I won't watch. It's the Event Horizon and this. And Event Horizon is his magnum opus, in my opinion. Yeah. This 7.5. I'll give it 7.5 because it's still nostalgia keeps it up there, but I still enjoyed it. At the end, I was like, okay, this was fun to rewatch. And of course, this conversation was sparkling. So 7.5. Which gives it a pretty high rating for a W.S. Anderson film. Not to be mistaken for the other Paul Anderson, who is
even though he's not credited as W.S. in this one. He's credited as Paul Anderson in this one. So,
right. This was before he threw the W.S. But I think that this was also right as Paul Thomas was hitting the scene. So they had to be like, hey, dude, like,
Directors Guild.
Keep your distance.
I'm pretty sure they were like, listen, the names are too close.
I wonder if they ever had lunch. I would hope they had. Anyway, so that is Mortal Kombat. Next week, we've got an animated movie about a guy in a jungle and a non-animated movie about a guy in the jungle. So that will be interesting.
I did that. I did that. I like a loincloth. I like a loincloth on a dude with a tan. So I love it.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
And are we going to be asking questions about what's under the loincloth, like those little kids in Goro?
I will.
Now we have to. Like, now it's a requirement. And we're going to have at least 2 minutes on that. At least 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I gotta do my rating last
1 minute per ball.
That said, we also have one more week after that, which will be, I think I finalized the picks. It will be Explorers and Christian Slater's Pump Up the Volume, the teen angst movie from 1990. If you haven't seen it, I apologize now, but this was the movie that I was really into when I was 14. So it's good, but it's a drama. Like all these other movies are like fun, adventure-y. Like this is kind of a teen drama. So there's it's got some serious notes in it. So, all right. I guess that's the end of the show then. So I guess this is episode 9 of season 5 of The Real Study. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are awesome to talk to about movies. And check us out, like La always says, on everything.
On everything. You guys follow us separately, follow us together, and make sure you join in for the fun. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss a show. See y'all next time.
Mortal Kombat.
Do, 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 do.